Hi all, it's Ed from Ralph's, and we've also got Miriam here today, my daughter and Anna in the background. It's quite a special day because it's Saturday the 24th of June and we have our first egg cutting of the season. And it's quite a special clutch because it's guaranteed to produce our first visual recessives that we've produced here at Ralph's. Because both of the parents, and we've got the parents here, are visual lavenders. So these parents we bought in. Let's get Dad first. So here is Dad. He is known as Thor. He is going into shed, early stages of his shed, so not looking quite at his best, but he's a lovely boy. He is about 3 years old, 2.5, 3 years old. Yeah, about 3 years old. And we brought him in, and he is a visual Lavender Albino, as you can see. Let's bring his head round again. But he is also 100% het for pied. So the Lavender Albino pied is otherwise known as a Dreamsicle. Dreamsicles are amazing, and he's lovely. I don't know if some of the iridescence and the lavender is coming out there, if the camera will pick that up, but you can see it down the edges of the alien heads. You sometimes see the shimmer of the iridescent sort of colouring. So that is Thor, that is the dad. This is his first clutch that he has sired. And then here is the mum, and this is why Miriam's here today, because tell us about the mum, what's she called and why is she special to you?
This is Yelena. She is a lavender, something about
cinnamon fire. So cinnamon and fire are incomplete dominance genes. So, and lavender is a recessive gene. She's a visual lavender, just like the dad, but she is a lot, well, in fact, actually, if I get him out again, you'll see them next to each other. You'll see that she's a lot lighter in colour. You can see them side by side, and she's lighter because of the fire. So Lavender Albino, why it's called lavender, it creates the whites that would be in an albino, a regular albino, are a little bit more lavender coloured. But the fire really whitens that up again, and you can see that she is quite a bit lighter. And she's got cinnamon as well. Now, it doesn't pick up very well because of how bright she is from the fire, but cinnamon sort of stretches a lot of the alien heads, particularly down by the tail end. I don't know if you can show that, Miriam, but you get a lot of chaining of the alien heads. You see that down there? All this chaining of the alien heads. And what she potentially carries a gene. What does she carry potentially?
Het.
She's 50% het for pied.
Yeah.
So he is 100% het for pied. She is 50% het for pied. So if she proves out het for pied, then there is because it's a het to het, there is a 1 in 4 chance of the offspring being pied. We have 7 eggs, so we would expect to get 1 or 2 in the clutch that would be pied. Everything will be lavender because they are visuals, both parents. And so, as I said earlier, the Lavender Albino pied is a Dreamsicle. So we have a 1 in 4 chance of creating a Dreamsicle if this girl proves out het for pied. And so that is the real thing we're after here. If she doesn't prove out, then it's not the end of the world. We will still have a clutch of amazing lavenders, visual lavenders, with cinnamon and fire in the mix. What we'd really quite like would be some more cinnamon lavenders. Even without the fire would be good, because the cinnamon is a dark gene. Obviously the albino effect sort of flips everything. So the dark genes create a higher contrast, that becomes white, and creates a higher contrast. So a bunch of cinnamon lavenders would be cool as well. Yeah, so that's the parents, and fingers crossed she will prove out het for pied. if there's no pieds in there, it's not a guarantee that she isn't het. With 1 in 7 chances, I say, we would expect 1 or maybe 2 pieds being het to het, but you know, with 7 eggs, there is a chance you could just miss. So it wouldn't be a foregone conclusion that she didn't het, but fairly certain. We'd probably try the same pairing again next year, and if she didn't prove then we could be pretty sure she didn't carry it of that gene. But anyway, that's the parents. So without further ado, we're going to go and get the eggs down. We've got some pippers, and we're going to see what we can get. Right, so we've got the eggs, like we say, 7 eggs. We should explain this is an experiment. So Miriam has 2 snakes. Ruben's bought 2 and already had his pet snake Lucifer as well. And the deal was that they would pay a little bit for the keep of the snakes each week. We were footing the bill, and they would pay us back when they have hatchlings that they sell. And also, because the father I own and the mother Miriam owns, we are doing split clutch, okay? But Miriam's going to have a choice, okay? And she's trying to go back on this because she thinks that she shouldn't have to do anything and pay anything, and they should all be hers. But once we have done the egg, once we have not just done egg cutting, but they're out of the egg and we can see exactly what we've got, Miriam will choose either I will have pick of clutch, or we will do split clutch. 7 eggs, so assuming they're all fine, she'd get 4, I'd get 3, but she'd have first pick. Okay, so I'd get 3, but obviously not necessarily as good. So we're going to leave her to be able to make that decision once she sees what she's got. We're not insisting on that decision made beforehand. So without further ado, we will open this up. So we have, as you can see, 4 pippers, and we're going to do a race. Now we know, because the heads have been out, a bit about these 2. So should we go for each choose one of those first?
No, I'm doing all of them.
Yeah, I mean, but choosing, because we're doing a race. So you're going to choose that one, yeah? So you're going to... Oh, you're cutting it?
I've done it before.
Okay, right. So go very careful. Try and join up the cuts. Okay. And then extend that. Make sure you get right underneath it. This is day 58. So they're due in a couple of days, but like last season, which was our first season, they seem to be out early, cutting early. So we have there a lavender, and I think that is a Cine-Lav, I think. Looks like to me. Looks like there's a little bit of chaining there. Let's just see if we can just extend it a little bit. I think that is a Cine-Lav. So might just be a lav, but I think possibly a Cine-Lav. You can see these are ready to almost come out of the egg, you can see. So I think, it's 3 points for a visual. Well, we know they're all at least visual labs. I'm going to say Cine-Lav. I think it might be, it may be just a lav, but we'll give you 4 points to that one. Okay, and I'll go for this one because we know that this one is the lav as well, because the head has been out. Let's see if it's anything else. Is that just a lav, or is that a little tongue flicking? I think that one is probably just a lav. It might be another Cine-Lav. I think it's probably just a lav, that one. I think. You're right, actually, as well. So, yeah, the Cine, you get the higher contrast. Yeah, I'm going to say yours is a cine lav and mine's just a lav there, I think. So we're going to say you're 1 point up at the minute. Right, your next choice. You're going for that one.
It stuck its head out.
Okay, you cutting it?
This one's made loads of.
Yeah, you can see these have been cutting a lot overnight. There was one that had cut, one cutting it, or pipping it last night when we went to bed. And overnight, 3 more have. So you can see they're definitely ready to come out. Oh, here we go. So we've got another ladder. That one, that's fire.
Yeah.
That is definitely fire. You can see it's much lighter if we compare it to the other ones. A lot more like the mum. It's a lighter one. Is it just a fire lav? Has it got cinnamon as well? I think it's probably just a fire lav. It might be cinny, like the mum. We need to see when it's out the egg. I think it's probably just fire, but we'll say that it's fire for now. Is that right? So fire lav. So you're on 8 point. No, that was 8 points, and I'm on 3. So this is the other one that has cut. So I guess if we that way we'll have each had 2 that have cut. No dream so far. Now this one hasn't had its head out, but just looking through, I think it's just a lav. I think that might be. I think that's a cine lav. Yeah, look at all of that chaining.
Yeah.
That's a cine lav, I think. Probably. I'm going cine lav on that one. So you're still 1 point up. Okay, so now we're on to the real one, the ones that we haven't seen yet. This is interesting. So this is what we really want is a dream. We want to see a pied in here. Ooh.
Yeah.
What we got there? No, it's just a lav again, I think. Is that another fire? I think that's a fire. Very blushed. I think that's another fire lav. Whether it might be a cine fire, that one, I think. I think that one's a cine fire. I'm going to say that that's a cine fire for you. Lav, no dream still. So, you were 1 point up, so now you're... Well, that was a 5 pointer. So, that was a 5 pointer. So, yeah, you were on 4, 8, now you're on 13. And I was on 7.
You're on 7.
Last one. Which one am I going to go for? Which one's going to be the pied? Come on, please, be the pied. Let's have a dream. It would be so good to get a dreamsicle. We've got 5 so far. And nothing. We want a pied. It's not looking good. What's going on there? That one, it still needs to absorb some. That's all it is. It just needs to absorb some. We might need to tie it off when it's done. But I think it's definitely not pied. It's going to probably need to be tied off, that one, when it comes out the egg.
What does that mean?
It just means it's umbilical. Needs probably tying off. It might may be fine. It might just stay in the egg slightly longer. I think it's a fire. It's hard to see because you can pretty much see the belly mostly, but I think it's a fire lav. Looks pretty light, that one to me. Whether it's fire cinny, I can't tell, but we'll just say fire for now. I can't tell. It might be a fire cinny. We'll say fire for now. What was I on? 7. So we'll say 11, 13. Right, so you win. This is the last one. Is it going to be a pied?
No.
Is she going to prove out het pied?
Whose phone is it? Mine.
Okay, what have we got? No, it's another lav. So it doesn't look like she's het. I think that's probably just a plain lav, to be honest, I think. I think that's a plain lav. Might be a cinny lav, but I think plain lav. Okay, so you win the race, but 7 lavenders there. Certainly looks like a couple of fires and some cinnies as well. You happy enough?
Yeah.
Happy enough? Pity that she hadn't proven that pied. Like I said, there is a chance she could still be het pied. 1 in 4 chance you'd expect to get 1 or maybe 2 from a clutch of 7, but not a guarantee. So hopefully she could still be. We'll probably repeat the pairing next year unless we get a better male in between. There is a chance that one of our that this male is also paired to a pied het lav, and there's a 1 in 4 chance for sure of getting a Dreamsicle there, because both are 100% het for the other, and so hopefully there, but I suspect she's not going to go. I suspect she'll be next season, so so probably even if she did go, we wouldn't have a male old enough to pair for next season for this yet. So it'll probably be the same pairing. There's a chance she could prove out het, but if not, no worries. On the plus side, in terms of split clutch, it's not going to be so much of an issue, because I would imagine that you're going to probably just go for pick of clutch, because I'm not going to be able to take a Dreamsicle. There's not a really banger there, but yeah, you can think about that. But I would have thought probably be nice for me to have a lavender female, maybe a cinny lav female,
Or just a lav.
but anyway, 7 good eggs. They all seem like they're okay. There might be one that we might need to just tie off the umbilicus when it comes out, but it may well have absorbed more by then. 4 of them are ready to come out any time. These are the 4 that had already cut themselves, and then these are the 3 that hadn't. You can see that they definitely have got a bit more to absorb. You can see there's still some blood vessels there and stuff. I would imagine these other 4 may even be out later today, if not certainly tomorrow, and these may take an extra day or 2. But anyway, good clutch, and thanks for watching. If you've got any questions or comments, drop them in down below. But otherwise, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.